A ritual that Tatiana, Bob, and Whitney do every week. A yoga session on the water.
Right now, I feel like I could be in Tulum or in Costa Rica. It's so not what I was thinking. I thought that Texas was going to be a lot more of like a barren, austere, kind of desert-like place, and it's so luscious. It's really beautiful.
We are in the heart of Texas, in its capital, Austin. The three friends are from California and Florida and have just moved there, just like 50,000 people do every year.
All right, let's go see some cool stuff. Go see some turtles, mate.
With its booming economy and exceptional quality of life, Austin is the most attractive city in the United States today.
Wow.
They're so cute. Did you see the little bitty tiny ones?
Yeah, there are so many turtles that I feel like you could walk across.
To make a living, Whitney, Tatiana, and Bob rely on newcomers to the city. They want to offer them new age tours and spiritual experiences.
Watch your footing because it's very slippery.
Jungle Amazon tours.
The three partners go to take a look further down the river.
Check this out, Bo. What do you think? Over there, it's all volcanic mud, so we can get in and we can put mud all over our bodies. It's so good for our skin. Yeah, so let's do it.
Tatiana, Bob, and Whitney have thought of everything. First, their clients will enjoy a 100% natural mud bath. Then follows a meditation session.
This is a really sacred, beautiful, healing spot.
We will load them in my bus and we'll put them in a full immersive experience. People will have to be blindfolded and leave their phones behind in order to join us for this. And that's the only way that I feel that it resonates as a good way to do it.
These excursions will be sold for $500. For that price, customers will get a little bonus, a souvenir photo, like in an amusement park.
Mermaid glamour shots.
Who would have imagined that Austin, in the middle of Texas, would become the new paradise for all cool and trendy Americans?
There's just like energy around this area. Like you can feel it, you know?
We love it.
Austin, let's go!
The city is one of the capitals of live music. In the evening, it's the place to be. An open-air party where anything is allowed.
And hold. Deep inhale.
Austin, c'est vraiment un peu un mix de San Francisco des années 80-90, au milieu d'un état ultra conservateur.
The political capital of Texas, Austin, with a population of 1 million, is a democratic bubble embedded in a Republican state. And it's still almost impossible for women to have an abortion here.
Why do we want abortion access? When do we want it now?
Carrying guns, on the other hand, is getting more acceptable.
Case, draw the pistol, step one back, stage 3, 1, 2, 3. We love our conservative values here, right? And so we hope that we don't begin to follow the path of other states, right?
There is no other example that is more striking. In Austin, two sides of America are facing each other, including their most radical versions. On the one side, the youth and hippies, often newcomers. On the other, on the far right, is Alex Jones, America's biggest conspiracy theorist.
And everything you see now is the launch of the transhumanist medical tyranny takeover of the human condition and everything we are.
He opened the gates of his ranch to us, welcoming us with old-fashioned barbecue and rodeo sessions. Austin is attracting around 150 new residents every day. More people means more wealth. the real estate market has skyrocketed. Due to soaring prices, longtime residents are being pushed away from the city center.
Chill out, ride around. We're gonna still come here and represent. We're gonna still come over here and let them know we still in the neighborhood. You know, we ain't going nowhere.
Austin is the America of tomorrow that stands out amongst the country of cowboys. In the past decade, over 500,000 new residents have moved to Austin, the size of a city like Washington, D.C. If there's one man who's happy about this expansion, it's Clay Byrne.
What's up, man? You ready to go fly?
Yeah, let's do it. All right. This is awesome.
He's been a real estate agent here for 20 years.
And then you can use any of the structure of the airplane inside the bars and stuff like that to support yourself. Okay. All right. You ready?
Today, to set himself apart from his competitors, he embarks on a scouting mission, looking down from the sky.
Whatever it takes. The more we know and the more we can explain and see, we can predict trends and talk about growth. The more knowledgeable we are, the more advice and better help we can be. Plus, this is fun.
The land with the greatest potential is located around this huge building, more than a mile long.
And Bergstrom, and it is a monster, dude. I mean, I can land on this roof right now.
The factory of the car manufacturer Tesla, its Gigafactory, will be completed next year.
How many jobs are they saying that is? That's at least 40,000 jobs.
And then you think about the families that are coming in and the people and all the, from everywhere. It's a massive impact on our local economy, our way of life.
The relocation has made headlines all over the U.S. The world's leading electric car manufacturer is leaving California's Silicon Valley for Texas.
A big announcement for an international auto tech company today, Tesla, moving its headquarters to the Texas capital city.
Its charismatic CEO is Elon Musk.
Coming to you live from Austin, Texas.
Tesla isn't the only one setting up business here. Google, Apple, and Facebook have also been attracted by the tax advantages of Texas. There is no income tax. The real estate market has skyrocketed, up by 25% in 1 year. But despite this, the prices remain appealing. The capital of Texas has become the hometown of over 1,500 French expats. In the north, the Round Rock neighborhood looks like something out of a TV show.
Comment ça va? C'était bien à l'école, ma puce?
Oui, c'était bien.
Tu vas aller goûter?
Oui.
Ah, ok. Coucou!
Originally from the Lowrider region, Christophe moved to Austin 4 years ago with his wife Jessica and their son Robin.
Ah ben super, regarde, c'est ça. Alors attends, voilà. Alors ça, c'est la photo du jour du départ aux États-Unis. Vraiment le vrai grand départ.
On était à l'aéroport, la famille était venue avec les potes, notre fils avait 9 mois.
Ouais, Robin, il était tout petit, à l'aéroport de Biarritz.
Voilà. In France, Christophe was a firefighter and Jessica worked in web marketing. The couple dreamed of moving to the United States. For 10 years, they entered the lottery to get a green card, the key to working legally in the United States. When they were finally drawn 4 years ago, Jessica realized that they would not be able to live in California as they had hoped.
Tiens-toi bien, mon cœur. Elle me l'a dit texto, elle m'a dit, bon, Doudou, sois ouvert d'esprit. Je me souviens qu'elle m'a dit ça. Bon, déjà, ça commençait mal, parce que quand on dit ça, c'est que vraiment, on va annoncer quelque chose. Donc, je m'attendais, mais tout sauf au Texas. Je pense que ma première réaction, ça a vraiment été pourquoi le Texas pétrole, les flingues, les ci, les ça, Lucky Luke, enfin tout. Et là, elle a pris toutes les données sur où il fallait qu'on aille. Et c'est elle qui m'a dit, il faut qu'on aille à Austin, c'est vraiment la ville qui va exploser.
On entend toujours parler de New York, de Los Angeles, de Miami, les villes qui font rêver les Français. Austin n'en fait pas particulièrement partie. Les gens nous ont pris juste pour des barjots, hein, disons-le.
After an intensive course, the ex-firefighter started renovating houses and is now working on a number of projects. Jessica works as an analyst for a web company. It's located in the northwest of Austin in a brand new neighborhood called The Domain. The Domain was designed to compete with Silicon Valley. Amazon and Facebook have opened many offices here.
En plus, ils ont fait plein de restos, des bars, des petits centres commerciaux, des appartements, des piscines, des salles de sport, des cinémas,
En fait,
plein
tu
de
passes
choses.
ta journée du soir, du matin jusqu'au soir, pardon.
Entre le travail
c'est ça,
et
exactement.
le divertissement.
J'aimerais bien un petit dessert, Doudou.
Tu as un petit dessert?
Oui.
Franchouillard.
In this modern, sophisticated area, there's even a French bakery.
Oh là là.
Ouais. Merci.
Bon app. Le truc improbable. Une tarte à la frangipane au fin fond du Texas, il y a quelques années, c'était encore complètement improbable.
Mais au domaine, tout est possible.
Mais en fait, maintenant, il y en a de plus en plus.
People working in the tech industry are also financially privileged. In Austin, the average salary in this sector is $10,500 US per month, and the cost of living is 5 times cheaper than in San Francisco. In France, Jessica was earning the minimum wage. In Austin, she earns nearly $8,200 per month. In addition to her job, she manages the construction sites with Christophe.
C'est OK, t'as tout?
J'ai tout. Allez, go.
OK.
Hi, Sherry. How you doing?
How are you?
Today, they're tackling one of their biggest projects of the year, the complete renovation of this kitchen.
You see, there will be shelves in it, and we can even here create some drawer inside drawers to have the sleek style, but inside drawers.
Yeah.
Does it sound good?
Excellent.
Okay, okay.
While Jessica and Christophe appeal to an international clientele, their French touch has a certain leg up over the rustic style of Texas homes.
Okay. On va dire que les intérieurs texans ne sont pas comme les intérieurs français. Il y a des matériaux qui nous semblent un peu désuets.
Ces plans de travail très tachetés, très mouchetés, imprégnés, très années 90.
Jessica takes care of the design and plans. Christophe, the ex-firefighter, has no qualifications, but he trained himself on the job.
Actually, currently you have a 51 island, so we're going to extend it up to 60. J'ai fait des études de 36-15 code des merdes. Ici, il a fallu se réinventer à 1000%. Des tutos, passer des heures à étudier. Mais ça a été très dur parce que ne serait-ce que ça. Ça, c'est ici, le système métrique n'existe pas, c'est que des inches, des feet, c'est un enfer. Le travail était monstrueux en amont, maintenant on récolte ce travail, c'est cool, mais en amont c'était très dur. Mais bon, on n'a rien sans rien. C'est les États-Unis, hein. Si tu bosses pas, t'as rien, donc voilà. Tu bosses, t'as beaucoup.
4 years after their arrival, they are fully booked for the next 10 months. In Austin, the budgets are impressive, $66,000 US for this kitchen.
Avec le boom de l'immobilier à Austin et avec le boom tout simplement de tous les Californiens, les New-Yorkais, enfin des gens d'ailleurs qui viennent ici, qui ont un pouvoir d'achat énorme, on a clairement une manne gigantesque pour les années à venir avec que ce soit des cuisines ou d'autres projets.
This year, Jessica and Christophe have earned over $110,000. They plan to buy a third house in Austin. On Sunday afternoons, the family goes to one of the town's institutions, a saloon where country music is played, very typical of the traditional American South. Bars called honky-tonks give Austin its reputation as the capital of live music.
Là, on est vraiment, je pense, dans une ambiance texane avec les gens qui dansent, les gens qui font la danse du two-step qui est très très connue ici.
The most anticipated show takes place in the courtyard. Chicken Shit Bingo, a surprising tradition. In cowboy country, you might expect a rooster fight. This hen is in for a different kind of performance.
C'est un bingo traditionnel. Et là où elle cague, eh ben, c'est là où on gagne en fait. Moi j'ai le numéro 33 et 6. Et donc du coup, si jamais elle fait ça sur le 6 ou le 33, on a gagné.
The numbers pooped on by the hen are the winning ones.
Tomatoes. She likes it. She just runs around. It might help them do a little poop too.
44, la Loire-Atlantique. Mon cœur, c'est pas grave. Mon cœur, c'est pas grave, en fait.
C'est pas grave. C'était très très sérieux pour vous.
The slogan of the city is, "Keep Austin Weird." Tatiana and Whitney did not have any difficulty adapting. We find them in a field near the city. Their day always starts with greeting the sun.
We are praising this day. We are welcoming it, and we are calling in our highest joy for the day.
It's incredible. The skies in Texas are so vast and infinite. It's so beautiful.
Thank you, Texas!
Both women found more freedom here than anywhere else in the country. Los Angeles yoga teacher Tatiana had been thinking about moving for a long time. It was the pandemic that convinced her.
I did not want to be in a place that it's mandatory proof of vaccination to go indoors, mandatory wearing mask all the time. It's such an ironic twist of events that now, you know, Texas and Austin has become like the epicenter of freedom that always was drawn to the East Coast, West Coast, or Hawaii. Like, that's where it's at. That's where all the cool people are. But lo and behold, it's actually now Austin, Texas.
Today, Tatiana and Whitney go to show off their talent. They are preparing a fashion show for a group of clients.
Like a fairy princess.
Oh,
does this look Texas enough?
You look like yourself. It looks great.
Cosmic cowboy.
Yeah.
To make it cosmic, though, this makes. So now I went from cowboy to cosmic cowboy. Just makes it more weird.
Yeah.
The goal is to be as weird as possible because the theme here is keep Austin weird. So now I can really do it.
Santiago's in tiny outfits. Tatiana and Whitney put a twist on the cowboy dress code.
This is all right.
This afternoon, they are organizing a dance parade on Austin's main street, South Congress Avenue, known for its trendy stores and restaurants. Their goal is to enter a trance through music.
On my neck. Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Are you gonna wear anything cosmic?
I am cosmic.
When you get your headset on, enter the portal of a new dimension of total freedom, total self-expression.
Ecstasy.
Whatever is there, if you're freaking furious and pissed off, let that shit out. Enjoy being alive, and let's spread ripples of that out into the city.
To take part in this experience, everyone pays $30 and is given headphones that play songs chosen by Whitney. Country music classics, revised in electronic version.
Yeah. Where did you come from? Where did you go?
great.
The parade does not go unnoticed.
Oh man, they living their life, man. It's great.
That's cool.
Oh, because it's free.
Come on.
It's free. You listening to music running down. No one else hears it, but they hear it, so they feeling the vibe. We all vibing. That's it.
You see the wave of smiles as they come over the faces as we pass by? Pay attention, because everyone is videoing. We're lighting up the world.
In the city center, not everyone shares Whitney's enthusiasm.
Que no tienen por qué andarse exhibiendo ante la gente. Deberían de tener un mejor ejemplo para la humanidad. Cualquiera cree que es que andan bien drogados y que la música lo que hace es darles más fuerzas para seguirse drogando. No es un ejemplo bueno.
This mother isn't the only one who doesn't appreciate these events. Austin is indeed the capital of an ultra-conservative state in the hands of Republicans. And their supporters, like Tim, no longer feel comfortable in their own city.
Here in Austin, there are places where I know that I'm not going to drive at nighttime unless I absolutely have to.
Tim Enlow is a former police officer. In the 1990s, he and his colleagues took a hard line on crime. They have arrested many people. Considered too strict, he was forced to quit after a few years by his superiors. He felt that he no longer had the means to do his job properly and criticized the laxity of the city council. The city is run by Democrats, an exception in a Republican state.
Here in Austin itself, it's very, very uneven. The liberals control the politics. They control everything. There's been a change in attitude in how we approach crime in the city. The city council that we now have, the politicians, they don't believe police are the answer in controlling crime. And so they have defunded the police. They have cut their budget. At least last year, their budget was cut by almost half.
Tim grew up in the North Lamar neighborhood, a 5-minute drive from the city center. A neighborhood that has changed. The former police officer has kept his old habits.
This is probably a local prostitute right here. This young man's a drug dealer. These people that are just standing outside, most of them are engaged in drug activity.
The intersection of his childhood has become the intersection of all trafficking.
These guys here. See, he's wearing the red shoes, usually a sign that they're blood gang members.
Gangs returned to Austin. Tim is fed up with it. He turned to private security. He now provides protection for the most radical and controversial figure in Austin. A man whose values he shares and who has made people hate and fear his business. This man is Alex Jones, the biggest conspiracy theorist in the United States. He is seen here speaking to the crowd when the Capitol was taken in January 2021. Jones is a strong supporter of former President Donald Trump. In Democratic Austin, Alex Jones is in the minority. Despite this, the far-right host has set up a recording studio for his own TV station there. He alone employs 50 people on a daily basis.
A week before, saying, you're going to die, you're going to the other side. Here it is.
For a number of years now, they've tried to silence Alex and shut his operation down. But as you can see, his operation is bigger than ever, and it's not going anywhere, you know.
From the front lines of the information war.
On InfoWars, Jones says he is on a crusade against mainstream media. His channel has nearly 1 million subscribers.
Separately, listen, I'm in a total war with the New World Order, and we don't have a bunch of...
A channel on which Alex Jones spreads xenophobia, fake news, hate speech, and lately, anti-vaccine discourse.
The so-called vaccine doesn't give you antibodies. It's an admitted fact that it doesn't protect you. Isn't that interesting? But of course, now they're just going to release some new deadly virus to begin depopulating.
While the conspiracy theorist hosts his 4-hour live show, Tim, his head of security, takes us on a behind-the-scenes tour of the station.
So here are some of the props that we use on some of the sets. What does this one say? Biden for nursing home 2020, right? You know, many people in this country feel like that his health, especially his mental faculties, are not what they should be for a president of the United States.
Weak America, which is too docile, with its values and power in danger. That is what the conspiracist and his supporters fear. For them, the threat is permanent, so they are always heavily armed.
Use lethal force, but we have a crowd or something like that. Well, this one actually is my personal gun right here. I keep this here for in case we have an active shooter, anything like that, right? We're not going to have an incident where somebody comes in and kills multiple people of our employees. We're not going to allow that to happen at all. That's not going to happen here. Somebody tries that, they're going to be sorry.
3 years ago, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube deleted Alex Jones's accounts, and the conspiracy theorist was livid.
So YouTube gave Alex this award for 1 million viewers, right? And now, of course, with all the censorship that YouTube is participating in, Alex decided that he'd rather shoot the award than have it as a prize.
The man himself agreed to talk to us right after his show. Alex Jones is upset about the new face of his city.
Well, I am threatened by big tech coming to Austin because just like they did in Colorado and other areas, once they move in, they buy off the politicians, and they don't just censor us in cyberspace. They then take our rights and freedoms in the third dimension. They come after our guns, they come after our property, they come after us with all the things they did to ruin California and other areas. So I am really, really concerned about it, and that's one of the biggest problems with Texas being a boomtown. Is that the other collapsing leftist areas are now pushing out all their people to actually come in politically and colonize it, and then they will ruin the state of Texas just like they've ruined everywhere else.
To understand the values they are referring to, we must leave Austin. "20 minutes from the city, you enter another world. Rural Texas, with its churches, ranches, and cowboys. Here, contrary to Austin, people go to the rodeo and vote for Republicans. And above all, they never miss a good barbecue, the local specialty. In his favorite restaurant, Alex Jones wants to sell us a picture of the Texas he loves.
You got pork ribs, beef brisket, some more sausage, and then a bunch of sides right here. Green beans, and jalapenos. Like candy.
The conspiracy theorist has his own sense of humor.
Everything's big in Texas but my dick. It's little.
Alex Jones takes us to his ranch in a trusting manner. Only a 45-minute drive south of Austin, but when it comes to politics, the gap could be measured in light years.
Well, you know, people ask why I live in Austin when I'm not a big leftist, but my family's been in Texas for a long time.
Alex Jones spends some of his weekends here with family and friends.
It's a nice little piece of Texas right here. Great place to take your kids fishing. There's a real hunger and a real desire for freedom, and so people have come to Texas looking for it. Certainly being out on the land and not having to be around a bunch of people, I think that is a basic freedom, because we call this privacy. It's very relaxing. The vibe's really nice. You can come in here and forget about your problems and just kind of decompress. You guys ready to go?
Let's head back.
So you guys want to go shooting?
Alex Jones's favorite stress-relieving activity is shooting guns. Tim, the former police officer, acts as his shooting instructor.
So, Alex, it's up to you if you want to shoot from the table or if you want to shoot from the shooting sticks. So,
I mean, I'll shoot from right here if you want it first.
Okay. Well, it's up to you. Unsafe at any time. Call a ceasefire.
In Texas, the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, enshrined in the U.S. Constitution, is sacred to conservatives. At home, Alex Jones has more than 20 guns of all calibers.
I bought this rifle for my daughter, my 17-year-old daughter, but I haven't shot it yet. This is my first time shooting it.
Hit, center man.
Shoot him in the heart.
Texas has the most guns in circulation of any state in the country.
Well, that's a Texas thing, yeah, to come share the gun culture and get you in there shooting. See, it's no big deal. It's like driving a car or anything else. We trust you driving a car. That's more dangerous than a gun. Why not use a gun? So, yes, the people coming to Texas are changing it, and I just hope for the better. I hope they adopt more of our culture of freedom instead of bringing their cultures of tyranny here.
Alex Jones is the most radical of Texas ultra-conservatives. But the traditional values he defends are shared by a much wider audience. 20 miles south of the city, the terrain resembles an entrenched camp.
All right, shooters, stand by.
Some Americans like to spend their entire Saturday there.
The threat is in such close proximity.
With his team of ex-military men, veteran Sean Thornton organizes commando courses and weapons training for $150 a day. Like in a good old Western movie, in this part of America, we see things in a simple way: a fight of good against evil.
All right, everybody's got a target with a name? All right. I just think that as things that are going on in the world today, we saw threats from Islamic jihadists, we saw active shooters, we saw civil disobedience and riots and all these things going on in our world. And I think everybody can admit the world's upside down right now.
His speech resonates with the participants. There are hardcore Texans, but there are also other surprising personalities. Hannah lived in California for 23 years. In 2017, she settled in Texas. At the time, she didn't know how to shoot yet.
Yeah, I am hot right now, so this is just a 9mm. It's really small. It's a SIG P365. I really like it because it's good for women. It fits in my purse really well, and I can conceal carry really well.
Power in the hands of citizens, with no or as little state involvement as possible. A Texas dream for conservatives.
I'll never go back to California. Yeah, just the freedoms in Texas here, the people in Texas, the community in Texas, cost of living, and our opportunities here are much greater. I definitely belong here. I love Texas.
Very recently, laws have been considerably reduced in favor of gun owners.
Tonight in Texas, getting hands on a handgun about to become even easier. No license needed.
Since September 1st, 2021, handguns are effectively available for unrestricted sale. These measures are a step in the right direction for the course participants.
Picture. Hey, bring it in nice and tight.
If they're so concerned about their weapons, it's because these conservatives feel threatened by a city that's expanding in a fast manner. We catch up with Clay Byrne, a realtor on his way to the office. In 1 year, he has doubled his number of clients and hired 8 more employees. It's 7 a.m., time for an early briefing. Clay and his team take a look at the current sales.
So, what is that? All right. So today, you want to do a rundown on what you've got going on the next 4 or 5 days? Matthew is going to be prepping
Jesse today. We are writing a contract for Brian and Eileen today.
Writing contracts.
Yes.
Terrific. Writing contracts.
The whole thing.
Clay keeps his employees on their toes. The key to success is to be highly responsive, tracking every transaction in a booming market.
They have a privacy issue.
Oh my gosh, we did not get it. The one in Round Rock. Unbelievable. I just was reading an email from a seller that they selected another realtor because we didn't act fast enough.
We don't like to lose here.
No.
From 4:30 in the morning until, 10:30 at night, waiting for stuff to come in. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure all day. Okay. Y'all are amazing.
Break.
Break.
Good luck today, everybody.
When it comes to finding houses for the agency's 170 clients, Clay can count on Leslie, his strongest team member. Last year, she sold more than $25 million worth of real estate.
2 years ago, we were trying to deal with financing and lender stuff and all of that. And all of a sudden, everybody was a millionaire, right? It just was like, oh, okay. Everybody has available cash to spend on whatever it is that they want.
Leslie is on her way to Spicewood, one of Austin's most desirable suburbs. Beautiful homes surrounded by nature attract new residents with a lot of purchasing power.
Hey! So good to see you guys. I'm so happy to have y'all back.
Adrian and Ashley are the perfect example. They are in their 30s from California, and they make a very good living thanks to the internet. Adrian sells a way to become a millionaire online.
How I made $33,440 in one day from an online side hustle. In school, we are taught to never talk about money.
After spending a year traveling in a van, they chose to settle down in Austin, like many others. And Leslie may have just what they need, this 4,000 square foot home.
That's nice, right? You have higher ceilings in the entire bottom floor, a grand entrance, and beautiful scenery to look at.
I think there's a lot of value.
Yeah.
With a 90,000 square foot garden, 4 bedrooms, and 4 bathrooms.
Yeah, you could have an office here, and then the view is actually pretty awesome.
Fantastic. Oh, we can see the lake.
Starting price is $1.1 million US. The Austin real estate market is unique. If they want this house, Adrian and Ashley are going to have to offer more than the listed price. Demand is so high that buyers often have to bid higher.
The craziest offer that we've had to make was $700,000 over ask price. Yeah.
And did
So
you get it?
we did not. We did not get it.
We just spent maybe 30 minutes in the house, and the expectation is to make an offer right now if we were interested. That, I still am not used to that. I need to at least sleep a night and think about it.
It's all in. All your cards are on the table from the get-go. From day one, you see it, you love it, you gotta buy it. It's time right now, or it's not gonna be there tomorrow. You hit up the next one?
In the end, the Californians will not make an offer on this house. But a couple of weeks later, they will purchase another one for $1.2 million.
You think you could put a casita in?
Not everyone is a winner in this unprecedented economic boom. Mexican Americans, Chicanos, are being driven out by the rising prices. One of their rallying points is this garage. John Kalunga is the boss.
Big day, yeah, Dia de los Muertos.
He's Austin's most famous mechanic, and for the occasion, he brought out his collection of old cars.
The Mexican culture, there's a lot of people that has passed away. We celebrate the Day of the Dead. A big celebration. Is like Halloween. It's a day for the trick-or-treaters, for the goblins and all that. This is a Dia de los Muertos. To celebrate the dead.
John's parents immigrated from Mexico less than 200 miles away in the 1950s. They took up residence in the center of the city. Austin is now home to 450,000 Hispanics.
All right, you go right there. Now come forward a little bit. I'm gonna put you right here. Just come a little bit this way.
They have preserved their traditions, but their cars are all American made. Cadillac, Chevrolet, Plymouth. John inherited this passion from his father and passed it on to his son, John Albert.
All of the cars that I have are his. I gave them to him so he could know why Dad goes to car shows, why he does what he does.
Plenty of space for everybody.
Lowriders. That's what we call these enthusiasts. Tough guys who have kept their childhood dreams.
1971 Mercury Marquis. That's the Vogue tires. Yeah, so yeah, it needs some work though. We're gonna get it done. I want everybody to see it, and hopefully they like it. Hopefully they think it's cool. I think it's cool, so hopefully somebody else thinks it's cool. You know what I mean?
Enjoy it.
It's just like I've got an attitude, man. That's the year I was born, man. 53, this thing is 68 years old, man. Can you believe that?
And still going.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you buy
Just like me, man.
Nowadays, you buy a $60,000 vehicle and it's a throwaway car in 8 to 10 years.
Not ending up forgotten. For John and his friends, these cars are a way to keep a trace of their history. With the real estate boom, their place in the city is seriously questioned. Their neighborhood of East Austin is undergoing an unprecedented facelift. The small bungalows of the Chicanos are giving way to luxurious complexes for tech workers. Prices are skyrocketing, and so are local taxes. Today, John pays $9,900 a year, more than 10 times of what he paid when he moved here.
The family Rodriguez is right here, and then I had the Flores is over there, and then Mr. Coy over there, and they got pushed out, and then I had Miss Guerra over there. They were older folks, and they, had a steady income, and after taxes go up, but they can't afford, so either sell or lose your house. I'm almost like the last of the Mohicans here, and I'll be here as long as I'm alive. I'll be here living in the...
If he could cash in on that exponential rise.
See, all the plates still have Colunga on them, the cars.
It would be through his business. Over the years, the mechanic has accumulated a real treasure trove.
It's a 63 Impala. This is one I've had for probably like 20 years. Galaxy 500 convertible. You take off that little dirt, man, you can just see that shine come out.
Impossible to estimate the value of his collection. One of the best in Austin.
Put a little chrome here and there. It's kind of dirty now. I don't know, 75,000, 50,000. I don't know. I really don't put prices on my cars because I really don't want to get rid of them. I told my wife that I'm going to buy them and sell them, but I don't. It's just like, dang, I'm just going to keep this. Yeah.
The mechanic still takes them out once a week, heading to Chicano Park at the southern tip of East Austin. This is where John's old friends from his childhood meet. They belong to the same car club.
Hey, Marcia, I'll open it for you. Come on, you're old man. Come on, get out, man.
Doing good?
Yeah.
Hey, what's
How you
up,
doing,
bud?
Mousy? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Too.
How you been, good?
They came to participate in the performance, showing off their hydraulic suspensions and their car's impeccable bodywork. That's what low riding is all about.
It's pride. That's all it is. It's all pride. Everybody has different styles. Everybody wants to be unique.
Roger Rick Davis is the boss of another car club. The African Americans who like the Chicanos were also historically located in Austin.
You know, right, brother? Hey, man. All right, man, pretty good. Yeah, there you go.
They too have been forced to leave the city center. Roderick now lives more than 25 miles away. New people keep arriving, even to far-out suburbs.
I try to go a little bit. Like I seen it the other day. I was rolling through to my house in Hutto, and a U-Haul truck and a trailer pulled up with a Mercedes on the back. First thing I did was look at the license plate. It said California. I'm like, dang, they really coming in.
In the late afternoon, the younger generation takes over, and their Sunday is a little louder.
I pounded the pavement. I had more birdies than the Falcons and Ravens. A brick is my friend.
In their big cars, the bad boys of the neighborhood meet in this parking lot. And that doesn't sit well with the new residents of Austin. Built just 3 years ago, it houses mostly young tech employees, newcomers to Austin, not quite up to speed on local customs.
It's tires burning out, so they're just spinning the car without moving. I'm a big, climate change and environmentally friendly, and I think that it really hurts the environment. Our dogs inhale it, and we inhale it, and Teddy, sorry, we inhale it, and it's not pleasant. I don't even know why they like doing it. I think it's supposed to be considered cool, but they're sitting in this all day for an entire day, and how do they enjoy it is beyond me.
Just them being in their little circle, in their little box. They don't know what we doing out here, or they ain't trying to learn. Some people might drive a little crazy, like you seen, but that's a Texas thing too. But we ain't nobody gangster bad boys. We got 9 to 5. We work jobs. We do everything everybody else do. But we just love cars, and we got a place to do it. We ain't going nowhere.
Being a minority is not a good thing in Austin right now. Some are driven out of the city center. Others now have the laws against them. In this very religious state, a few months ago, Texas made headlines around the world by challenging the right to abortion, which has been legal in the United States for nearly 50 years.
Roe versus Wade essentially upended. At the stroke of midnight, the most restrictive abortion law in the country went into effect in Texas. It essentially bans all abortions after 6 weeks. 6 weeks before most women even know they are pregnant.
1 month after the regressive law went into effect, thousands of women gathered in front of the Capitol to express their anger with Texas politicians.
When do we want it now? What do we want? Abortion access. When do we want it now? What do we want?
There's a lot of old, white, ugly men that are still trying to be in charge of our state. And we're tired of it. We are women, we are loud, we are proud, and we're just like, get out of here.
Trans women are women. Trans women are women. Trans women are women.
Among the protesters is Cynthia Lee Fontaine. She's a drag queen, one of Austin's best known. A woman artist in a man's body and homosexual. She is the incarnation of sin in the eyes of the Texas ultra-conservatives.
This is very empowering, and it touched my heart. My city is not afraid to speak out and to fight for the human rights, to fight for the right thing. Austin is raising his voice. Austin is making some noise, and that's good. And that's an example to other cities here in Texas, so they can learn.
For the artist, this anti-abortion law echoes her own history. She suffered from the very conservative spirit of Texas for a long time, when she lived in one of its small towns in the countryside. Today, Cynthia, also known as Carlos, lives back in Killeen, 60 miles north of Austin. It is a garrison town that voted predominantly for former Republican President Donald Trump in the last election.
This is a Republican 100%, like small city. You have a lot of like Jehovah's Witnesses here, Methodists, Evangelicals, Adventists. You have Catholic. So there's a lot of churches here. But that brings and that comes with a lot of like conservative ideas. The first year living here, it was brutal.
At Killeen lives the whole family of Carlos.
Buenas, bendición.
His mother Maria and his father-in-law Rene are from Puerto Rico.
Mamá, bendición, ¿cómo está?
They arrived in Killeen 15 years ago. Carlos was 20 years old. At the time, his mother Maria wanted to put her son back on what she considered to be the right path. Killeen, the small conservative town, seemed to be the best setting for this.
I just want that, hey, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Oh, okay. Carlos, why you come with us and then you try another thing instead of doing the drag show and the stuff, because at the beginning, it was really hard for me. Maybe here in the United States. No, those things that drag queen stuff is not that open here in Texas.
Maria's attempt failed. Even worse, it had the opposite effect. Cynthia Lee Fontaine, the persona invented by Carlos, will present herself on the TV. Thanks to a reality show called RuPaul's Drag Race.
How you doing, mis amores? Are you ready to see my cuckoo? Justice for cuckoo!
Cynthia instantly becomes a star in the LGBTQ community nationwide. Tonight, for the first time since the pandemic, the artist will be back on stage. And this bar, one of the hot spots of Austin's drag scene.
Hello, darling. It's good to see you.
You too, baby. Bring it like.
Mi amor, how are you?
So
good to see you.
Excited.
It feels good to be back, you know?
Welcome back to the open Mary stage. This is Cynthia Lee Fontaine!
A few weeks earlier, the anti-abortion law went into effect in Texas. At the end of her show, Cynthia ends with a political speech.
There's nothing can stop us. Not even pandemic. Not even fucking Abbott, like banning abortion and thinking that he owns fucking bodies, women's bodies. Fuck that fucker. We are queer. We are amazing. And we're here tonight to have a great and amazing time. 1, 2, 3,
Continuing the fight for women's and minorities' rights with joy and good humor. Tonight, true to their reputation, the people of Rebel Austin will party all night long. In the countryside of Texas, we catch up with Tatiana and Whitney. They participate in an alternative festival, and today they intend to break the law.
So it's a smokable form of ayahuasca. It's ayahuasca mixed with 5 or 6 other herbs prepared from a family in Mexico. For now, we're having to operate underground. So it's just by word of mouth. Yeah.
Thank you, my sister. That was beautiful.
Yeah. So now I want each of you to put your hands on your heart.
The ceremony that Whitney and Tatiana are about to undergo is absolutely forbidden. In Texas, the use of these narcotics is punishable by up to 2 years in prison.
And hold.
The participants all come from Austin. They paid $200 to try this prohibited substance.
But you're not afraid that the state or the police fight back?
You know, I feel protected. If for some reason I were to not be and to get in some sort of trouble, I'm willing to be a martyr for this cause.
In this conservative state, the 2 young women managed to find their place. Proof that mindsets are changing. A revolution that Austin is carrying the torch for. And that could well spread to all of Texas.